Well, banks are gearing up for the results of the Fed's annual stress test. Those are due out tomorrow. This year's report comes just months after the banking crisis when three banks failed. Let's bring in Jen Schonberger, who's here with a look at what to expect. What are we expecting, Jen?
Hey there, Kiko. You nailed it. That's right. The Federal Reserve due out with its annual stress test results Wednesday for the nation's largest banks. Those results largely expected to show that banks remain resilient in the aftermath of Silicon Valley Bank's failure, as well as other regional banks' failure. 23 banks will be tested this year by the Fed. Only those with assets greater than $250 billion. A new law directed the Fed to change rules to test banks with assets between 100 to 250 billion every other year. That subset will be subject next year. A change some say helped lead to SVB's downfall, though 3 or 4 banks below 250 billion in assets have opted in this year, even though they weren't required to. We're going to learn which banks those are when the results are released. The Fed's stress tests were mandated annually by law after the financial crisis for banks with 100 billion or more in total assets. They examine how banks would perform during a hypothetical severe recession to prevent bank failures in a crisis. This year, the hypothetical scenario, tougher than last year, envisions a severe global recession with acute stress in commercial real estate. Under the Fed's scenario, unemployment spikes to 10%, home prices and commercial real estate prices drop by about 40%, and the stock market plunges about 45%. Banks will have to prove that they have enough capital on hand to meet or exceed the minimum requirements set by the Fed under this scenario. Banks can increase dividends and share buybacks so long as they don't fall below the minimums set by the Fed. We expect banks to release any updates to their dividend and share buyback plans about 3 to 4 days after the test results are released. Again, the Fed's stress test results expected tomorrow, Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Back to you.